Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday, my favorite day of the week. Live, 7 o'clock on the dot. It's the Doc, John Macaroon, taking your reaction. I think I've been live every day this week but Tuesday. So I'm thankful to the early 60 people here checking in. Smash the like button. Let's go. Everybody got the chance to see a couple videos with Drew Petzing. I think that we're going to talk about what you guys think. If you didn't have a chance, go over to Detroit Lions on SI. The Lions sent out a great video that kind of introduced everybody to Drew Petzing. We'll go over that. What did you guys think? You know, he's an outdoors guy. He likes golf, snowboarding, being outdoors. I think the one thing you get a good first impression with him is he's got a lot of energy. But to me, whether you got good energy, can talk to the media, it's always good if somebody has energy and you want to talk to them. That's always a good thing, to put somebody in front of a camera that is more personable. But to me, it's all about the X's and O's. If you keep David Montgomery, can you figure out a way to use him better? How is he going to spread the football around? Those are things we'll find out more at the combine as well, in terms of having all those weapons. The good thing is that he understands the idea of adaptability. If the Lions are going to be able to run the football effectively, they got to continue to do what's great for them, and to actually call plays in a way that will highlight the strengths of the team, and also battle match wits with the likes of Brian Flores and everything. So I think it's great to have an opportunity to be able to see Drew Petzing, see his good energy, giving time to the media. It's always a good thing. What did you guys think? I think the first reaction everybody had was, well, it ain't John Morton, so that's a good sign. And it's good. He's got energy, the bald crew, and he acknowledged that, Mike Kafka's been in the room. He had initial conversations with David Montgomery, and he seems like understands the scheme fit that he's going to need to kind of operate under. Adaptability is key. What did you learn from Drew Petzing and his time today all over the interwebs? Anakin, he's a step up from Morton. Good to see you. My advice to you, and being busy, you just go 1 hour at a time. Just pace yourself. Don't look at the big picture like, oh, I got 5 tests this week. You just look at what test am I going to study for this hour, and then just break it down hour by hour. It's funny. I feel for you when you were messaging. I only have one recurrent dream in all my life, a dream I've had because of how hard I worked at Michigan State and to get my master's degree. I'm in a physics class because physics was the hardest class I think I had, and organic chemistry, I did okay, but physics, I have a recurrent dream that I show up like in December and I haven't been to class for some reason. And in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a podcaster. I cover sports. I'm not in college, but I don't have a degree, and people want it. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have a degree. Wait, I have transcripts in my office. So then I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? So that's how much stress you put yourself under. So it is good to be in that pressure, but you'll get through it. I'm proud of you, Anakin. Get after it. Let's go. No excuses. Grind, rise and grind, like the doc and everybody in the media. Extra trim is like, anybody has to be a step up from Jim Bob Cooter. Austin Taylor, shout out to you. Doc, you should let the full beard grow. You'd look pretty mean. That's right? My goodness. Early reactions on the goatee. Walter White, Doc. What did you guys learn about Drew Petzing? Let's check a look. Also, at Lions on SI, you can get the article regarding what Dan Campbell said. It's very interesting. It was very intriguing and an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the head coach and why Dan Campbell decided that was the guy. According to Petzing, in the early part of the video that was released, Fired up to be here and can't wait to get to work. When I'm not coaching, outside of spending time with my family, I love to spend time with my wife and 2 kids. I love good food. I love to snowboard. I love to golf when the weather permits, but I'm active. I like to get outside. I like to work out. I like to do things in and around the community. When Dan Campbell appeared about 2 minutes into the season ticket holder video, I think he's going to fit in really like a glove. To be a really good coordinator, I think you have to know all of it. You have to know the run game. You have to know protections and certainly the pass game. Drew, he checks every one of those boxes, man. It was about somebody being detailed, having knowledge of it, man. He's enthusiastic, good communicator, all of those things. So before I even brought Drew in, every time we had crossover tape, I loved watching his offense. I just thought he was pretty creative. I thought the run game had a lot of versatility, the play pass. They found ways to move the football. The guy is very calm. He's very confident, and he just fits us. He fits us. And you can go to Lions on SI. You can watch the video. Good first impression. That's all you can ask for, right? Good first impression. Mishanuga. So the Lions hired me. Guys, smash the like button. That's how we keep the lights on. Super chats, super stickers go right to the front of the line. You get access to members only videos, insider news, and what's happening, and just quick video opinions that you can watch on demand, and smash the emojis. Anakin, enthusiastic and good communicator, that's for sure. Personable, good energy. But again, most coaches that like to talk can, and obviously when you go in front of platforms and go on podcasts, you have to know your audience, and you have to know that the people want some energy and want you to be personable. Talk scheme, talk ball, all that good stuff. But in the end, most coaches in the league understand X's and O's. I'm not easily impressed. Go out there and showcase what you got when you're matching wits with some of these great minds. And make sure that you don't get too predictable. You call the plays and sequence them properly, and you utilize Jameson Williams. And if you say you're going to use Dave Montgomery, use them. With Drew, he wasn't dodging questions or putting word salad together. He was straight to the point. Exactly. Straight to the point. And I think that's what you like. You like to see somebody that's adaptable. Mishanuga, you can tell he's very detail-oriented. For sure. But it's going to be about, for him, making sure that you put Goff in the position. And here's something that Amir Abdullah said that he noticed when he was with Minnesota when Drew Petzing was working with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was having a great run with the Vikings. So if you have a quarterback like Jared Goff and he can be able to work with Drew Petzing and communicate well, clearly if John Morton got his play calling stripped, the communication wasn't at the level it needed to be. MC3. Yeah, Morton seemed like he didn't want to be in front of the camera ever. It wasn't his thing. He said it early on. He said, I just want to be studying film. That's his best. That's why I'm still shocked Dan picked him. I thought the one of the early moments where I think he probably ruffled the feathers of who he was working with. All I asked him was, hey, tell me about the opposing player. Tell me about X. I don't like talking about other players. I'm like, that's the most common question we're going to ask you is, what do you think about Micah Parsons? What do you think about the defenders that are going up against you? I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Listen, John Morton got a little better, a little more personable, a couple more laughs. But yeah, I think that the communication, not his super strong suit in public. Shout out to Belinda Brown. Welcome in. And what he said today also was he's going to try a little bit. And he's going to try to experiment. He's going to coach a preseason game on the sideline and coach in the box up top. But I think he'll end up coaching on the sideline. He said that it's easier to communicate with the quarterback. Yeah, it's very easy to get what you need. I just felt like the first thing that I think people noticed about John Morton was coaching in the box. It just takes you away from everything. It just takes you away from everything, doesn't put you in the right position. So I think thumbs up today for the PR that Drew Petzing did. But again, I don't care what people say in the media. You can talk a big game all day long. What do you call third and 2? If you call a rollout with Jared Goff, some people want Jared Goff to roll out more. I want him to roll out less. I want him to turn around and hand it off to Jahmyr Gibbs and to Drew and hopefully David Montgomery. He wasn't as elaborate about what he said to David Montgomery because, again, it's still up in the air. But I think a good first impression. Everybody was happy. Everybody that heard him was happy. And we'll, now that we have the foundation of what he's talked about already, now our next talk with him will be at the Combine. We'll learn more. Get your questions in. Most of you that are in this chat probably have heard a couple of his interviews. What more could the doc and other media, when there's 15 media talking to him, what more could we ask him? I think I saw somebody said, I wish there were more questions asked about the skill positions. Tell me about JMO. Tell me how would we frame a question about the skill positions? You got a lot of weapons, baby. It's a great problem to have. Yeah, like I said, you can't and that's why I'm so thankful. There's podcasts, there's long form that don't get broken up by commercials. You have opportunities to hear somebody in a genuine way in a long form. That's why podcasts are the best. Smash the like button. That's right, Keitho. Appreciate you, man. Hopes everything's going well. The draft coverage is about to ramp up. The draft coverage is about to ramp up. MC3, the human seems like a good guy. What he said about Dave Montgomery was he kept it basic, which is, I think a lot of times when they know that players get interviewed a lot, they don't reveal what they say to the players. But he revealed today that he said, what he said was, I revealed that it was a brief talk. And he said, I'll let David, if he's talked about it, talk more about it. And what Dave Montgomery said was, he's told me what I like to hear is that he wants to use me. But again, these talks are like 5 minutes. Hey, David, nice to meet you. I'm Drew Petzing. Yeah, man, this offense, we want to get back on track. We want you to be heavily involved. We like what you're about. But he did say, he does feel like Jahmyr Gibbs is a 3-down back. So I'll ask you guys this. Do you think that if David Montgomery is on this roster, that they will use more 2 running back sets? I see advantages to it. I just don't know why John Morton didn't want to do it too often. I know you want to give these guys a spell and you don't want to use them that much, but I just felt like it was a wasted opportunity. That you have a pick your poison type mentality. I feel like you would benefit from it. Smash the like button, super chat, super stickers, go right to the front of the line. So offensive line, skill position, you got it. And again, leading up to the Combine, we'll take a roll call again regarding what you want to hear more from Drew Petzing. I thought, like I said, interview was an A+. What's my impression? I think they've got a lot of energy. It's good. Hey, when you do a podcast and you do the natural video, it was welcoming. Wait, I think John Morton did them. It's just he was a little bit older, and it came across like he was doing the job. Like, I have to be here. I have to talk to you. But remember, John Morton got a little better as the season ended. You know, his job was a lot easier. He wasn't calling plays, and he just got to talk ball. But I do think a coach has to sell the program. And so if you're talking, and I think the biggest mistake, obviously, that John Morton made was he called out the players publicly, I think, before he spoke to them about it. Because Kelvin Shepard did the exact same thing. But I think the only difference was he spoke to Terry and Arnold first and got the respect and was like, hey, you got to be able to stop the run and make tackles. Because when he did it with the offensive linemen, they hurled it right back. They're like, it might have been the scheme. We knew, I mean, everybody knew then it was a wrap. You guys are so perceptive. I'm proud of you. You guys were like, there's a problem. Everybody knew when John Morton's like, we call good plays. The players got to go execute them. When we have a couple guys that don't do what they're told. But did you notice that he started to say a little bit more when he got talked to? Oh, it's, I'm accountable. It's up to me as well. But it doesn't matter, to me, the blame game. I just wanted to see the offensive line play better. I just want to see the details. And when they said details, it means that, hey, you can't have all those procedural penalties that you had. You can't have all those mistakes. You got to be able to execute at a high level. And for Kafka, he hasn't been announced yet formally that he got hired. So what's going to happen is next, I hope there's an opportunity to speak to Mike Kafka. I do think that when it's announced that he's hired, those requests will probably come in. Hopefully he stays on the staff because, yeah, I do think Seattle's going to stay within for their OC position. Let everybody know. Say it from the mountaintop. Since liking and subscribing to Detroit Lions on SI, my sex life has drastically improved. See what it can do for yours. Builds your testosterone. Thanks for that. X the trim. Duncan Stewart. Maybe ask him his philosophy. He talked about it a little bit. Physical. Adapt to your players. I do think he's going to run the ball a lot, and I think that he's going to use 12 and 13 personnel to get Jahmyr Gibbs the ball quite a bit. And I don't see drastic changes. I do see a little more creativity with routes and Amon-Ra and JMO and Tesla. He's going to have the world at his oyster. So I do think he's going to be like, talent. With Arizona, there was no talent as much as in Detroit. He's going to go into a room with like, wow, Amon-Ra, JMO, Tesla, Laporta, Gibbs, maybe Montgomery. You're probably going to draft another player. So I do expect that you're going to plug the holes on the offensive line. I hope. We'll see. Exactly, Gritty. You and I are in the same boat. Exactly. Talk is cheap. Interviews are great. We get a little chance to read the personality, but you're absolutely right. I'm in the same boat. I don't want to hear squat. SHIT. Show me. Exactly. Because I'm pretty sure Dan Campbell said John Morton fit us too. Fit us about as well as a square peg in a round hole. So he's got to be able to spread the ball out, sequence plays properly, figure out how to execute on fourth down. Basically, you got to make Dan Campbell smile again. Drew, Kafka, Kelvin Shepard, Deshae Townsend. You got to make Dan Campbell smile again. Dan was grumpy. Working with John Morton made everybody grumpy. Patty Grimes, 9188. What's up, Doc? It's a good day. It's a Thursday. It's my favorite day of the week. Talking ball, talking what you guys are learning about the offensive coordinator. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles a bigger throng of media at the combine. It'll be some good questions. So I'm excited to learn more about him at the combine, see what he's talking about. So I'm very excited to see. Now, I'm gonna write about this for tonight or probably tomorrow. But what do you guys think about the Jets? Do you think the Jets are gonna raid the Lions? I'm thinking maybe they might. They got a lot of cap space, and I'm thinking they're going to drive up the price on some of the Lions. I think the Detroit Lions might lose some free agents to the New York Jets. Let me tell you why. Connor Hughes, who does great work for SNY, he did an article, and this is courtesy. He has it syndicated through Yahoo Sports. And this is what he said. His article was, now again, this is 5 free agents that the Giants could target. And of course, naturally, I see the ties. I see the reason. It makes sense. Not about now. Again, this is not a report. This is a reporter saying, I'm looking at who the Jets may target in free agency, like we did today. This morning, I did. One of you guys said yesterday in the chat, I'm proud of you. You said, hey, take a look at Reed Blankenship. So this morning, I had Vito take a look at Reed Blankenship. You can check it out. This fine reporter here, Connor Hughes, he says, one of the more surprising developments from Glenn's first season with the New York Jets was what he did not bring. He did not bring any former players with him. He hired familiar coaches, but no ex-Lions were added to help reinforce his standard. That is quite uncommon for a first-year head coach. Anzalone, who's going to be 32, spent 5 seasons in Detroit. With Quincy Williams not expected to come back and Sherwood coming off a disappointing season, Anzalone would address both a need on the field and in the locker room. And then this one is the one I'll probably write about more extensively, Amik Robertson. Robertson may not be the marquee name fans are hoping for, but he fits the profile. Similar to Brandon Stevens, Robertson has enjoyed a career year in Detroit in 24. The Jets view Stevens as a potential starter and are high on Jarvis Brownlee in the nickel role. Robertson would provide another competitive, scheme-versatile cornerback as the team searches for higher-end playmakers. Anzalone and Amik. Do you think Aaron Rodgers raids the Lions? Which free agents are leaving in your mind? I do think Reeder's leaving, and I think Anzalone's leaving, but I do think Al-Quadin Muhammad's coming back. Do you guys think Aaron Glenn survives another season with the Jets? Man, the fire's hot. This was remember the second year in 22, the Lions started 1-6, and Sheila Hemp gave the vote of confidence. Steve Wild says, good luck, Jets. Glenn will be gone. Amik Robertson, yes or no? Should the Lions bring him back? Do you think Amik Robertson and Alex Anzalone go to the Jets? Eric Taylor, good to see you, my man. What's up, Doc? Drew seems pretty smart. Yeah, he's a smart guy. John Morton was a smart guy too. Doesn't mean you're a good play caller. I do think that the blessing is going to be that the media is going to enjoy talking to Drew Petzing on a weekly basis. That's good. He's got energy. He's likable. That's good. But more importantly, how are you going to get J-Mo the ball? I'll ask him that. Hey, you know, the explosive plays in this offense dried up in 2025. How are you going to get J-Mo the ball and utilize him deep? How much do you like to go deep passing? I gotta say it without laughing. Gavis with an opinion. I think Hendon Hooker is going to catch fire and lead the Jets to 10-7. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. AQM going to want a bag also. I think if he gets an extra year here in Detroit, he might say maybe you get him for 2 years, 15 million if he could take 7.5. Doc, did you see ESPN's free agency predictions? I did not. Today was kind of a lighter day. I was kind of like, I was really into some Netflix stuff. I just, because I know I do the daily show. I'm talking ball all the time, setting up the combine. So just today, I kind of felt like I stayed offline a little bit, just peeked into the Tigers a little bit. You know me, because you guys know I'm covering the team 24/7. Today, I just was like, you know what? I'm interested in some other stuff. Hit the link. I'll definitely look into it. Maybe that'll be something I include tomorrow. Today was going to be just about Drew and checking in with the crew. Who'd you like? Tell me. You tell me. And also, too, I'm always open. My DMs are open at Detroit Podcast. If you ever see news, don't assume that I see it. Now it's the off season. I'm slowing down. You know what I mean? It's like this week and next week, just trying to 5-6 articles a day, relevant news, opinions, and then hit hard the combine. Because technically this is the off season, so I'm kind of, giving basic good information about the team in the future, but also trying to recover from the season. I feel good. Didn't Morton score a lot of points in the games he called? The Lions offense was good, but not elite against good opponents. Yeah, they had games where they scored 50. They had a nice little stretch there where they were punking the teams like the Commanders. But again, when it mattered most against the Steelers and the Vikings down the stretch, it was horrible because the offensive line and then the defense didn't do the Lions any favors. But the Lions offense was okay. B-. If you've seen the free agent list from ESPN, hit the link in the comments and we'll look at it. Eric's like, keep them both. If you could only keep one, Anzalone or Amik Robertson, who would you keep? One. Pick one. Amik or Anzalone? Get your vote in. Who would you prioritize? I do think Roy Lopez is going to be a priority. One. I think that you're going to try to bring back Roy Lopez. Malcolm Rodriguez. Do you guys bring back Malcolm for depth? I do. Motor City Mia. Doc, I could see the Lions signing Joe Bitonio and Jamel Dean. I like it. That's good. Xavier. He would take Alex Anzalone. I do think Derek Barnes needs to step up this year. He had a good year, but not the role that everybody thought when they were putting him out on the edge. Different opinion. Detroit fan man. It's Amik, but we better draft a linebacker. We got debate. I can see both. I can see reasons for both. Amik is competitive. He makes the wide receivers better by the daily grind. But unfortunately, the first half of the year, you say, okay, lock him up 2 years and give him a raise. I feel like when it was his time to shine, he got taken advantage of just a little bit too much, more than he would like, and he would admit that. So maybe you can get him for 2 years and $10 million. But Aaron Glenn might pony up. Gavis Khan, get rid of all of them. Pass on Amik, Anzo, Reed, Harper, Millette, Barnes. Start over, right? I think Harper is intriguing. He was okay. I think they want to continue to develop him. Reed is getting paid too much money to dump. Amik, Anso, Millette, Barnes, I understand. You want the defense. Start over. Mishanuga, I'd go with the cornerback. Keep Amik and let Anzalone go by the wayside. As we talk, are you guys developing any free agent crushes? I'm starting, man. The more you watch film, I hate when the lists come out and you're like, all right, who's the best? Man, Tyler Linderbaum makes us awesome. Tyler Linderbaum makes us awesome. Man, I was like, dang it. That's a lot of money, though. He's going to want $19 million a season. Tyler Linderbaum makes you good. Connor McGovern, I like, too. I like the Bill center. MC3, exactly. I don't want to be, talking down on cornerbacks, but in my defense, all the corners are 6'1". Minimum. You just got to be. Gavis, I love Quincy Williams. There are fatties out there to fill the trenches. Tomorrow, I do believe I'm going to catch up with Emmett. We'll talk draft. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of free agency. This week's shows were good. We started to talk about the cap. All right. And, Nick. It's like asking a woman how old she is. Nick, I am 65 inches tall. What's funny is Pat McAfee once, he comes out, he's like, look at all these reporters. They're so non-athletic that they all think that they can talk about these athletes, and they're so non-athletic and they're short. I am height challenged, but I don't have the little man syndrome. I promise you. It's just because my mom was short and my dad was short. It's genetics. I mean, don't you guys ever watch the videos and see me? You can see me. I mean, if you go to @Detroit Podcast, you can tell my videos. You can tell you can tell my videos because I'm always looking up at the player. But that's here nor there. I'm athletic. Doc's short. Listen, you have to be very comfortable to put that out there on the screen. I am very comfortable with my height. All Lebanese folks are short and swarthy. Phil C. I thought we've established this 5 years ago. When you see all the pictures, you see all the players, you see me with my phone out there. Go look, you'll see. Patty Grimes, I like it. Maybe we'll do at the end of the 5 minutes. ADA, ask Doc anything. Anything. Maybe we'll do that Thursdays. Quick 5-10 minutes. ADA, ask Doc anything. Doc, what's your favorite sports movie? Rocky, baby. I love Rocky. 1, 2, 3, all of them. You can't win, Rock. Waterboy on the comedy side, the slapstick stuff, I like too. What's your guys' favorite sports movie? So, there was talk this week about the salary cap, and I do want to address it today. But remember, we just talked. Anso or Amik Robertson, who would you prioritize? So, I have read everything about the salary cap, and I talked about it earlier on Monday, but now we can add to it. And here's the tone of it for today on Thursday, because it was talked about by a beat writer too. The Lions have the opportunity to earn and get over $100 million in restructure. The Lions can restructure Goff, St. Brown, Amik, Alim McNeil, Penei Sewell. But here's the problem, because there was a graphic that showed up on the internet today. I saw the Lions have the potential to get up to like $100 million. So an analyst said, that's why no analysts are saying that they're concerned about the cap. But there's a problem with that. Okay. And a beat writer correctly pointed it out. If you go up that high this year, that's declaring you're all in. Because what happens is you still got to pay these numbers to these people, but you just kick the can down the road. You still will have to pay out the numbers that they're owed, but later on. So it'll definitely prevent you from signing free agents in the future. So, fans in the chat, would you go up to $100 million and get all the money this year and make a push? No, the cap is a concern. An analyst said, well, a lot of analysts are not really concerned about the Lions cap because they have the potential to get a lot of money. Yes, they have the potential, but it's like a credit card. So today I'm putting, and that's why I love you guys. You guys are very wise. Some of you are even smarter than me. Today, I give you the Lions salary cap credit card. What do you do? Most people think Goff is going to get you that $40 million. That's 40. Do you get more? Do you draw more? A lot of you look like credit card spenders up in here. I do it. I would go full bore. I would go full bore. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll go 1 or 2 years and give me the best opportunity to win right now. What do you guys think? Do you go and say, I want all the money to spend on free agents right now, or are you more responsible? Are you full gear or responsible? Steve says neither. He is not going with Amik or Anso. Kind of peg Doc as a cool runnings kind of guy. Rocky solid, though. Cool runnings is not bad either. What's your favorite sports movie? A lot of you like The Natural. The Rookie. Kind of peg Doc as a cool runnings kind of guy. But I do love Coming to America. My favorite movies: Coming to America, Scent of a Woman, Godfather, Die Hard, Basketball. Oh, look at it. This is comedy hour. Extra Trim is bringing the comedy today. I have a review too. I'll give you a quick 2-minute review. Cat Williams wasn't funny this time. I love the comedy specials. I love Steve, you made me laugh. I love the comedy specials on Netflix. I watch almost all of them. Mike Epps was okay, but he also wasn't funny. Something happened on Netflix where these guys are all storytellers, but they're not that funny. Should I go do one? Open mic night? Would you all come and hear me tell jokes? You would think mighty differently of the DOC. You hear me telling jokes. Harold and Maude. White men can't jump. I'm looking for MC3's comment about the cap. Very good. The Saints did that and failed. They still haven't paid that off 6 years later. See, MC3, you're smart. You got to be responsible. That's why you maybe do one. Goff and one more. Not following Nuga. We should always be pushing Doc every day. Pushing what? Pushing the like button. I'm going to look forward to the ADA. I feel like you guys got some interesting questions you might want to ask on this beautiful Thursday. Maybe Thursday will be ADA. Ask Doc anything Thursday. Anything. Maybe we won't go to all of them, but we'll have a fun time in a couple minutes. Splasher. It only works when you can actually draft. Ooh. And Brad can't draft anymore. Woo! Woo-hoo. His last couple have not been his best. Smash the like button. Let's get it up to 50 before the show ends. 200 people in here. Doughboy Steve, drying cars at Jack's. My girl just did a TEDx. You'd be great at one of those, Doc. Oh, yeah. I'll do a philosophy one. I'll do one on human behavior, social media, how it changed everybody. The Swiper Society. Swiper. Brad can't draft because all of his picks are not top 80. Woo! You guys are really mad at Brad. I get it. You know, that's the formula for a regression is when you don't have a good couple drafts. And when you get a bunch of injuries and the guys that you're looking to are from the practice squad, you're in trouble. Woo! So, are you guys responsible in saying, okay, maybe we can't have a $100 million free agency, but let me pull up this this thing so you guys know what I'm talking about. I remember too. Sometimes I forget like where I see things. You see so many things. I've been smashing the like button on X to go back to a lot of things. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's in my like file. It's in my like file. And I can find it easily. Oh, news. Oh. Sources via Jordan Schultz. The Dolphins requested to interview Bruce Gradkowski, but Detroit blocked the request. Interesting. Lions are not helping. No help. No help for the Lions. What do you guys think? Man, the Lions are, Bruce Gradkowski, no advancement for you. No advancement for you. Lions are playing hardball. Look at them. There's news every time you broadcast, there's news. My goodness. If you didn't hear, Ole Miss QB Trinidad Chambliss has been granted a 6-year of eligibility by the Mississippi State Court judge, clearing the way for him to play. So I don't think the Lions take a quarterback this year in the draft. But we shall see. Let me see here. There's lots of some good news today in the world of the NFL. But here's the thing I'm looking at in regards to the the salary cap. Just got to find my way to pull it up. Here it is. Push the button, DOC. How much cap space could each NFL team free up with simple restructures? Now, yes, this is available. 128 million, which means a simple restructure converts payments into prorated signing bonuses spread over the remaining years of the contract. Now, the Lions have the potential to get a lot of money, second most that you can see here. Okay? But that comes with a price. You can't just do that. You can't just, it's something where I'm going to try to pull up what the great beat writer said that people kind of are ignoring. And it's very key, very important that when you look at a situation in which you need to be aware of what's going on. Would you guys do it? Would you guys pull out that much money? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But again, there are great opportunities to figure this out and figure out that, hey, you can't just you can't just restructure for $131 million. That means the other times that you're going to have free agency, it's not going to go right. You know, you might need that backup in a year or two. I'm gonna pull it up here. Would you guys do it? Okay, here it is. The doc. Am I in the power rankings number 1, number 2? I vote DOC. This is from the Great Detroit Football Network, which I am a paid subscriber. I pay for 2 subscriptions. This is from the Justin Rogers. So, I think when he says don't fall for the trap of analysts, you guys know who published an article recently on the salary cap that is your friendly Lions reporter. But this is smart. Recognize you're just moving those cap allegations into the future, kicking can down the road. Don't fall for the trap of analysts saying the Lions can or restructure all the deals to maximize their immediate cap space, because it would only harm their ability to sign and retain players in the future. At the very least, I'd anticipate Goff restructuring. Now, I'm not taking a dig, but this is funny because when I read this and then I saw a post from one of your favorite writers, I laughed. Don't fall for the trap. Justin's right. Who fell for the trap? Who do you think fell for the trap? You got 1 minute. He sort of fell for the trap. This is why most analysts aren't worried about the Lions cap right now. They've got the resources they need and more. But he put in the real stuff right here. The real question is, how much of this do they want to tap into before it becomes a problem later? Meaning, you guys can get up to $120 million in cash. You could spend it all. Linderbaum, Pickens, Pitts. Njoku. You doing it? Crosby. I'm doing it. Listen, I go back and forth. It's right there. I mean, Crosby, Njoku, Linderbaum. Is that enough? Reek Woolen. Reed Blankenship. Let's just buy one. But the problem is this. This is the ultimate gamble, people. And probably I would say no. But I'm a gambler. And if we've waited 60 years, we're mad enough. What's another 5? Because if we miss, if we take this shot, Reed Blankenship, Reek Woolen, Tyler Linderbaum, Max Crosby, I'm spending it all. I'm going to get it. Dog's got to eat. Doc's got to eat. I'm spending it all, and not a single line is getting any of it. Branch, Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell, wait. You want your money? Win me a Super Bowl right now. We going shopping. We going all the way to the max. $130 million. Problem is, if we mess this up, we F up the Lions for a good 5 years. And there's no money for Gibbs and no money for anybody else. I could do it for one push. Reek Woolen, just get them all. Buy a championship. You're telling me all those free agents, all of them, take it down from 130 down to 5. No emergency money. All practice squad if there's injuries. Splasher's got the sound. Okay, you're the voice of reason. This is not a good free agent class, and this draft is mid. Very top heavy. But that's something to talk about. You have money, but you got to gamble. You have money, but you got to gamble. We got about 5-6 minutes left. Hell, I'll go into crunch time. Thursday, ask Doc anything. What's on your mind? Anything. Favorite movie, who I like, who I don't like, whatever you want. I'll pick some. If there's anything interesting, maybe a rant will come out of it. What's on your mind? 200 people in here. Smash the like button. Oh, got a super chat in here. Mishanuga, $1.99. $128 million in the center of the table, Doc. I call. Boom. Appreciate it. $1.99. Nick is the YouTube police. You got to get off for crunch time now, Doc. Keith. Ask Doc anything. Any questions? Anything on your mind? Free psychological advice if you need it. The views expressed by the DOC on this Detroit Lions on SI podcast are for entertainment purposes only. Do you agree with Splasher? Not a good free agency class? Splasher, Brad just wants to stuff the extra money under his mattress. He wants to give you sustained success so he can be here for 15 years without winning a Super Bowl. Xavier, restructure Goff, get 2 veteran linemen, and 1 has to be a center. That's the basic plan. That's what's going to happen. Ask Doc anything, and nothing's on your mind? Which is good. You guys are taking it easy on me this first go-around. Anything at all? Pistons, Tigers, Wings, anything on your mind? I'm happy. It was cool to see JV out there on the media today. Do you think 7 games for Isaiah Stewart was right? I think it fell right in between what I thought, between 7 and 8 games. But he's got to tone it down because now he'll get into 10, 15 game suspensions if he keeps doing it. But I like it. Bad boys are back. Keitho, how much we free up if Decker retires? It's a good number, 11 million. And then 24 and 27. Hate to say it, but him retiring would help out. It would really help out next year. Save 24 million and 27. But I talked about it on Monday. That was the tone was you can get to about 60 in cap space, 60, 70 by Goff, move on from Montgomery, Glasgow, Decker. You get 60 million. Splasher, I don't know why we didn't go out and get Engstrand back. He got an opportunity to go to the Falcons. He got himself a good opportunity, and he took it. And I think Engstrand is occupying the job with Atlanta that Kafka is going to have with Detroit. I feel like when they announce, it would feel like to me when they announce that they have the coaching staff set for the Lions, I'm uncertain if David Shaw is going to be part of the staff. We'll see, but I'm not certain yet. We shall see. Last couple seconds. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Good show. I love Thursday shows. Check out the Detroit Sports Podcast. Doc and Jock airs every Thursday as well. Been going for 15 years. Great podcast, as always. Do you think that David Montgomery is going to stay because of what you heard from Drew Petzing? It lends to that. I'm curious to see if it's going to result in what we want in regards to the offense playing at a high level and things going to the point where you have an opportunity to get your offense to run the ball better and compete at the high level against good teams. Are you more happy, Kate Upton or JV? JV. Phil, how does the website gather money? How do you secure the advertisers? That is great. That's why On Sports Illustrated is a great partner. They do all that. How does the website gather money? When you visit it. Simple as that. You visit the website, it's good for me. Simple as that. And when I do videos, they get distributed. So when I do the when I show you the videos on here, when I go to the website and I show you the video that's me in it, that's how I get paid. So how does the website gather money? I write good articles. I do great videos. You go and visit the site. And in 2019, there was a healthy audience that On Sports Illustrated noticed, and they said, we want to partner with you. And for the last 9 years, that healthy audience has continued to steadily grow. You want to know a secret? What happens is in 2019, I already had an audience, X, and that audience has been there for a long time. And so then people would start hating. And so out of every 10 haters, they would just tag me and stuff and say, I don't like your opinion. So out of every 10 haters, we would add two new, because they don't understand that when you hate on me, people go, oh, let me check this guy out. And then out of every 10 haters, 2 or 3 will go, oh, I never heard of that guy. Now I like him. So I joked around on Crunch Time. They never understood it, maybe, where I said the haters get me paid. What that means is when you acknowledge me, people then find out about me, and then I do the good work where I can retain. Out of every 10 haters, 2 or 3 will stick around. And if you do that over 9 years, now you're doing some fun stuff. Thanks, everybody. Go tune in to your favorite nighttime show, Crunch Time, over here on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. We'll have another round of Ask Doc Anything next Thursday. But always, you guys know, you can ask a comment, question. You can drop it in the chat. Goodwill, Doc. It's not your fault. Patty Grimes. How would you make me choose? Blondes or brunettes? Both. Pick? What? Pick? I don't discriminate. Both. Who was your least favorite? Oh, that's I can't say. I like them both. But because Booner, if you say for this purpose, I love them both equally. But Booner rocks with Michigan right in my face. So for the purpose of this question, Booner. Yes, this is the real Doc. Smash the like button for me. Thanks, everybody. It was a good show. Thanks for the time. Always remember, smile, have a good time. Don't take things personally. If you're feeling down a little bit, take a day off of social media, go outside a little bit, listen to some good music, watch a good show, watch a good podcast, and check out your friendly neighborhood homie, podcaster, writer, journalist, insider, content creator. I'm all those things. I am whatever you say I am, and I'm proud to do it. This has been the Detroit Lions Thursday Lone Wolves podcast. I founded the Detroit Sports Podcast with Adam Strozinski back in 2013. We represent DSP always, and we have a great partner for the last decade on Sports Illustrated. They let us be us. They let us broadcast, do our thing, and allow us to thrive, grow, be ahead of the game, and to be happy. A lot of these media members ain't happy. Thank God. See everybody tomorrow. A little more draft talk. If there's anything in the comments that you want us to hit on, hit us up. Thanks, everybody. Peace. Later.